Arsenal, obviously a huge win to reach the FA Cup final on Saturday. Reflections on that game and its importance to Arsenal Football Club?
Look, for us, you could see on the nerves, that it was a huge game for us at the moment where the confidence was not at the top level, so it's always very difficult to win. You could see as well why Wigan was in the final last year, why they are in the semi-final this season, and why they knocked 3 Premier League teams out. And we needed nerves, we needed mental strength, and we got it. And that's why it's the most pleasing when our nerves were tested. We responded in a very positive way. They've shown a remarkable spirit, and we know that quality, pure football quality, we can do better. And but there's a big pressure off the shoulders. When you're in a semi-final, you always think we cannot lose now, and we have desperately to win. It's just a huge pressure off the shoulders to get into the final, and now we can focus on the Premier League.
It is Hull in the final. Did you watch their semi-final against Sheffield? What did you think?
Well, Sheffield had a very good first half, and I believe after the difference of power, especially, and of quality, of course, made the difference in the second half. And you could see that in the first half, Hull was not completely at their level, that if they can find back their level, they would go through, and that's what happened. So it will be an interesting final between 2 Premier League teams, and of course, Premier League is always a tough game, and interesting game as well, and exciting game, and I'm confident that the final will be at the level that everybody expects.
Fans were great on Saturday. Team showed a lot of character. It's now about using those things, because we've got a fight on in this Premier League.
We've got a fight on in the Premier League, but we are ready for it. I believe that that is the most important. The team is focused, concentrated on a target we want to achieve, and so let's start well against West Ham.
Mikel Arteta was speaking after the FA Cup semi-final. He said we probably need 5 wins out of 5 to make it to the top 4. Do you agree?
Nobody knows, what you need, but what you want is to win the next game.
West Ham were 18th at the end of January, had a great February, pushed themselves up to the top 10. They're still around that kind of level. They've responded well at the right time.
Unbelievably well, yes. They had a fantastic run, and they have done a remarkable job to turn it around. But for a while it looked very difficult for them to bounce back, and they did that in a remarkable way.
They're one of the few teams in the league that are not looking over their shoulder to relegation, and Europe's probably too far away. The argument goes that's the team you want to play at this time of the season. It's not as simple as that, though, is it?
It's a derby, and I believe they can play with freedom, and what you want is not to expect any weakness from this kind of teams, just to focus on your quality and bounce back in the Premier League on now a consistent run.
Andy Carroll's played a role in their revival in the Premier League. How do you cope with him? Because you know what his strengths are, it's just a matter of stopping him.
Look, maybe the best way is to stop the source, and because once the ball is in the air, you have a real problem to win it against him. So it is for us to have the ball first, and when we do not have the ball, to stop the source to him.